Have you guys ever done this, or can you imagine breaking up with someone over a pet?
I can't imagine. What do you think,
Oh,
Shannon?
definitely. Pets are very intuitive, and they don't get a good vibe from you, then you're not probably a good person, at least not for that household. The dog, they understand you.
Did you have a pet when you met your wife?
No, I didn't, but I knew she was the one, so it didn't matter.
You have one now? You got a pet now?
Don't have a pet now. The kids keep begging for one, but I'm like, that's like another kid, so I'm like, not yet.
They're really young.
Yeah, they're too young. When they can walk them all the time and I don't have to do anything, then we're good. I just buy food.
Fair warning, I think any parent should know this. When you get a dog, it's not the kid's dog, it is your dog.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. That's why I'm like, no,
your
thanks.
wife is probably going to be doing a lot of the work.
Your husband had a dog when you met him, right?
Yes, and he has told me this, that he has told me that he had the dog about 4 years before he met me, and he told me that it wouldn't have worked if I didn't get along with the dog.
Well, yeah, because the dog is like your child. They're part of your family.
Yeah.
They're a part of your family. If you don't get along, you don't get along with my family. Y'all can't gel in the same household.
That's a big deal.
So,
it's a big deal.
When I first moved to LA, one of the first dates I ever went on, this guy had a dog, okay? And he kissed me outside of his front door, and the dog was staring in the window. And he kept staring at us, and I was like, I'm sorry, this has to be over. Your dog keeps staring at me. It's weird.
Wait, the dog was blocking.
Okay, so,
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Like, as long as you kind of like animals in general, like, I think you'll end up being okay. But if you're like allergic to the animal, or if you just completely hate animals, then it's not going to work.
No, and they're also great with babysitters. If the babysitter comes over and the dog doesn't like them, can't babysit the kids.
Oh, that's a problem too.
Yeah, can't do it. Nope.
That's a problem.
The dog knows. I'm just saying.
The dog knows. All right.
Okay.
Mommy shaming is real, but the truth is I've tried and tried and tried to breastfeed, and it wasn't working for me. So I feel fortunate that I'm able to still breastfeed, but with the help of formula. Breastfeeding is something I really wanted to do, just am not fully able. So guys, mommy shaming is clearly a real thing. What do you think about this one?
Okay, let me tell you why this annoys me, and then the family, obviously, in general. So they complain, about being talked about. And so, yes, they do get talked about disgustingly. If you ever read the comment thread in the Kardashian social media, it is disgusting comments that people talk to them. I can't believe people use words like that. Well, I can, but they shouldn't.
Right.
So the issue is, like, they always put their life out there for everyone to share, and then they get mad when people talk about it.
Right.
So I know you should be able to share to an extent, but you don't have to share everything. Beyonce just had twins. We don't know what they eat.
Right.
Like, so we can't
But
criticize.
we want to know what they eat.
I really would like to know, and I promise not to criticize. But the point is, like, you don't have to share everything. They share everything.
But I think, to your point, I think that's what makes people buy into them. Like, Beyonce has a music career, and she just, all of her other stuff is just stuff that we feed into. It's just extra.
She has a lot
for the
going for her.
Kardashians, that's all they have is sharing their lives with us.
Right, right. And so, unfortunately, it's like this. But, I think breastfeeding is a real issue, and a lot of people don't know it's very difficult for some people. And she's just saying she's not breastfeeding. She's also supplementing with this formula. And I'm just happy she's spending time with the baby and then just hand her off to a nanny. I'm like, okay, kudos to her for spending time.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
but I
good
think
for
there's
her.
a lot of mom anxiety and even parent anxiety. I think, what snacks or food you feed your kid.
Or it's organic or not.
Yes, exactly. What moms are wearing. What else? I wrote them down. I thought, working versus staying home. That's a huge thing. What do you run into? You have three kids.
Yeah, my wife stayed home with each of our kids for 18 months, and then she went back to work. So she tried to give them that personal time that you can't get. You can't get it back. It's that bonding time, that nurturing time. So it was important, and she breastfed all of them. But it was difficult. The first one didn't latch on. Like, we had to get a lactation specialist, so it's not always as easy as just put him on the boob and you're good. So it is a difficult thing, and so I feel for what she's going through.
Does she ever talk about mommy shaming, like in her group of friends?
Oh,
or
yeah,
with the kids' school?
My kids were born really light, too, so everyone thought my wife was the nanny, and it was like, these are my children. So, it's that, and then the weight thing, it's like, it takes time to come off, You put it on in 9 months, it's not going to just come off overnight. So unless you are a celebrity and have celebrity trainers and chefs and all that, it's not going to happen. So, yeah, it happens. It's a real thing. People try to do it in a nice, undershaded, backstab type of way sometimes, but it's like, yeah, that's shade.
Felicia actually taught me what that's called. She says it's the nice nasty.
The nice nasty,
Yeah,
exactly. You get a lot of that.
People say it in a compliment, but it's really a nasty comment.
Yeah,
and
it
you
is.
could have kept it to yourself.